Hey guys, Savvy Tech Girl here. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do lesson number 3 for Windows 10 Basics for the new computer user. Today we're going to look at the File Explorer. Okay, so we have a few different ways that you can get into File Explorer on your computer. On the bottom of your screen in your taskbar, you are going to see a yellowish colored icon. Okay, so if we double click on it, it's a folder, you can see it's a little folder. If we double click on that, it's going to open up our File Explorer. You can also get into the File Explorer, or a window that looks exactly like this, by going to your Start menu and going to your Documents. Okay, so we left click on Documents, and that opens up our Documents folder. Now the difference between this folder, or this window, and this window is this window is looking in your Documents folder. Okay, the File Explorer window, which you opened from the bottom on the taskbar, is looking at everything on your computer. Okay, so we are going to look at the File Explorer, but I just wanted to show you that you can get into the same type of looking window directly into your Documents folder by clicking Start and going to Documents by clicking the left mouse button. Okay, so we are going to use the whiteboard for a minute and explain with some drawings what this File Explorer is all about. So not so much now, but if you go into an office building, you'll definitely see it. Doctors' offices, they have filing cabinets, right? So we're going to draw a filing cabinet here. And this is just going to make it a little bit easier to understand. I find people can get confused about files and where they are and how to find them, how to name them, where to put them. So we're going to look at this. And this is our filing cabinet. So when we look at our File Explorer, on the left hand side of the screen, I want you to think of this as your filing cabinet. Okay, so this is everything that's on your computer and links to it. So if I click on Desktop, that's a quick link to all these quick links icons, quick launch icons. And you can see that these are identical to what's on your desktop. This is your desktop folder, and this is your desktop, and these icons are what's on your desktop. Okay? Documents. I have folders in my Documents. And if you click on, again, remember, anytime you roll your mouse directly over something that's gray and it turns blue, that means you can click it. So if I click here on my Documents, you can see on the left hand side it's exactly the same as what's on the right hand side. So it's a quick view, and clicking on Documents on the right hand side shows you what's in the Documents folder. So if we go back to our whiteboard for a minute, so we have our filing cabinet, which is on the left hand side. In our filing cabinet, we are going to put folders, right? So in our filing cabinet we have folders. Lots of folders usually. Okay, so we'll just put a couple here. Just want to give you a visual of what we're doing. So you have folders which go into the filing cabinet, right? And you can put them anywhere you want to. You could put it there if you wanted to. Now, within a folder, you could put another folder, and I'll show you that on the Windows Explorer. So if we go into Documents, you can see that we have multiple folders here. So if we think about that as we open that drawer, and in that drawer we have 100 folders, right? So they all go into this drawer here, and that's what we're looking at. So the drawer has opened and we're putting these folders into it. Now if I were to click on this first one, the IIS Express folder, there's folders inside the folder. So I can put this folder inside of this folder. Okay. Now I'm still going to have things in this one and things in this one, and that's what we're going to look at next. If I go into, again, the next folder, so I'm in this IIS Express, inside that is a config folder. I click on config. Now I have files or pieces of paper. So now we have pieces of paper. Let's just do it in a different color. Right, so we have pieces of paper with bills or whatever we have, documents, right? And I'm going to put these inside the folders. Okay, so these are going to go inside. So this, the file goes in the folder goes in the cabinet. So we have the file inside the folder, which is in the cabinet. All right, so I think if you think about what you're looking at as something that you may have used in day-to-day life, it might just make it a little bit easier to comprehend and to understand. All right, so again, I'm going to click on my Documents folder, and I have folders inside my Documents folder. I can click on the left-hand side and on that little arrow with my left mouse button, and you can see I have folders inside the folder. So again, on the right hand side of the screen, I can double click that folder, and you can see that this list here is the same as this list here. So you might just want to play around on your computer and just click on different folders and see what's inside the folder. Okay, so these are files, pieces of paper essentially, in a folder which is in the filing cabinet. Okay, so now we know what files are. These are files, and now we know what folders are. Let's go into, let's say, my Pictures folder. So in my Pictures folder, I have some subfolders, right? So these are subfolders of pictures, and we can write that on here. So we have so over here, so this is a folder, and then this would be a subfolder because it's inside. Oh, it's a subfolder because it's inside the folder, right? So you have folders and you have subfolders. Okay, so we're going to look at folders, and I have a file. Okay, so I have a picture here. Now let's say I wanted to make a new folder called dogs or puppy. Let's name it puppy. If I put my mouse anywhere on the File Explorer window, anywhere in the white area, you're going to right click and you are going to say New Folder. Okay, so it's come up. You can see that the writing is in blue right now. It's highlighted. Now you can give it a name. You can automatically start typing because it's in blue. So we'll call it Puppy Photo. Okay, and then I'm going to hit Enter. So I've named that now Puppy Folder. Puppy Photo. Okay, so I have a Puppy Photo folder. Now, maybe I want to change the name of it. I can put my mouse over that file, that folder, file folder, and I'm going to right click, and I can say rename. So with my left mouse button, click that, and we'll just call it Puppy Picture. Hit Enter. So now it's called Puppy Picture. So to rename a folder, put your mouse over it, right click, and then rename. Okay, now I want to put the photo of the dog into the puppy pictures. So there's a couple of ways I can do it. I can take my mouse, put it over the picture, hold my left mouse button down, and if you hold it down, you see I can move the picture around. Don't let go of the left mouse button. And if I put it over the puppy folder, see how it goes blue? I let go of the left mouse button. Now I double click on my puppy picture, and there's the picture of the dog. Now, if we want to have this picture, but we want a copy of it, we want two of it, you can put your mouse over the picture of the dog, and you can right click, and you can copy it, and then we can put our mouse anywhere within the white part of the folder of the screen here. We can right click and we can say paste. It's automatically going to give it a new name, and it's going to give it the name copy. So we have the dog, the original one, and then we have the copy of the picture. Okay, so that's how you can copy something in your folders. So let's go back to my pictures folder. We can click in the puppies folder, and now you can see we have two of the photo that I had in there. All right. Okay, so let's look at the left side again. So again, right, so now we've looked at folders, subfolders inside your main folders. If we click on this PC shows us everything again that's on the left hand side. So this left hand side is just a quick view. Some people like to work on this side as opposed to clicking on the middle part of the screen, because if you click again on these drop downs, you can quickly see what's in there instead of having to go into documents and then go into my websites. Right, so if you do it on the left hand side, you can still see everything that's in that cabinet per se, in the filing cabinet. Right, all right, let's go back again and let's minimize that so you can practice doing that. Please be cautious anytime you go into your C drive. These folders here have a lot of programs in behind, files in behind that shouldn't be deleted. So most of the time, if you're working with files and you're doing something, you're going to be working in these folders here. So desktop, documents, downloads, music, pictures, any of those are fine. If there's something in there, if there's something in documents, you can delete it. Right? Let's go in and create a new folder. So we're going to go into our documents folder, and again, let's go back here to our filing cabinet. Let's clear this off. When we look at our computer and you're gonna you need to save a file, you've had an email come through and it has an attachment and you need to save a file, think about your filing cabinet. Okay, so think about that, and think about your documents folder. So documents folder is where you're going to save everything. If you always use the documents folder, it's going to be easy and you're always going to know where to find something. Okay, so in our documents folder we have, I have 4 folders here, but let's say you could have things like a folder called bills, you could have a folder called emails, you could have a folder called expenses, right? You could have a folder called kids, you could have a folder called wife or husband, right? So these are all examples of folders, right? So these can all be folders. So let's create a couple of those folders. So in our documents folder in the filing cabinet, we're going to create a new folder. So we're going to right click, we're going to say new, and we're going to say folder, right? So just like we did with the puppy pictures, that's what we're going to do here. And let's call it bills. Right, so now we've created a folder called bills. Again, if I want to rename it, I put my mouse over so it's blue, I right click, and I can go down to rename. If I wanted to delete that, I made that folder and I thought, oh, I don't want that folder. You right click it and you can say delete. Okay, so it's deleting that folder. Right, so let's make a new folder. So right click, go down to new, across to folder, so just go straight across with your mouse. If you go up a little bit, you're going to lose that menu. So folder, and we'll call it bills. And then let's make another one. We're going to right click, new, folder, and we'll call it husband. Okay. So we've created some more folders. If I double click on bills, there isn't going to be anything in it. Now let's say I have a document, maybe it came through email, maybe you're creating it in Microsoft Word, and I just have a document right here that I'm going to open up. Okay, so let's do, I'm just going to do new. And say this is a test document. Now I want to save this document into my filing cabinet, right? So I got to think about, where do I want to put it? Well, we know that we have our filing cabinet, which is on the left hand side. We know we have drawers in our filing cabinet, so I'm going to put it in documents. And I'm going to put it in, I want to put it in bills. Okay, so we're going to go up here and we're going to say file, save as. When you say save as, you're telling the computer where to put it, where you want to put it. So we're going to say save as. It's going to open up a window, and again it's a File Explorer window, so it looks exactly like it does over here in the back. And we want to go to documents because that's the drawer in the filing cabinet we want to use. So we're going to go to our documents and we're going to go to bills. Let's put it in our bills folder. I think that's a good place for it. Okay, so we're in our bills folder. So documents, bills. Okay, and again on the left hand side you could click that. So document, we're in bills. Okay, and we need to give it a name. So let's call it test file. This .txt after, you can see it says save as type. It's a text document, so it puts that there automatically, but you could take that off. So like, let's just type test file. Okay, and we're going to click save. So now if I close this off and I go documents, double click bills, there's our test file that we created, we saved. So I always tell people, when you're working with saving files, you're going to be using the Save As button. Okay? Because when you do Save As, you tell it where you want to save it. Keep things easy. Always save to Documents folder. Okay, so always save it to your Documents folder, because then you're going to know exactly where to go to find something that you've saved on your computer. And then just start thinking about what files, what folders you want to have, like what subfolders you want to have, right? So within your Documents folder, again, you can have your bills, and you can have your expenses. Okay, so just think of it as a filing cabinet. Always save your files to Documents. Create some folders within your Documents drawer, and then I think it'll be a lot easier for you when you're coming to find things. Alright, so that's a quick overview of File Explorer, what folders are, what subfolders are, and what files are. We went over how to make a folder, how to delete a folder, and how to save a document, and hopefully that's helped you out a little bit. So thanks for watching. Please let me know, give me some feedback on these videos, let me know if you like them or not, and you can drop me an email, savvytechgirl@gmail.com, if there's something specific that you would like me to cover in these videos. Each of these videos will be, as we keep going through the course, we're going to be coming back and duplicating a lot of these things. We're learning them now so we can use them later on in the course. But while you're at home, I would just practice that, go into your documents folder, make some folders, delete them, rename them, and try making a document and saving it to a folder that you've made. So anyways guys, thanks a lot for watching. Again, drop me an email, savvytechgirl@gmail.com, and look for more videos. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thanks guys.